When you're teaching baby massage, one of the best things to do is teach people before they have their baby. And if you use something that has movable legs and arms, then it really is easy to teach the strokes for especially the tummy. So if we turn the baby to the side, teddy bear thank yous, and do the overhanded palmer, and then the ringing right across, and then turn them so that we've got the long stroke coming down the angle of the ribs, and then go into doing the area where the large and small intestines hook up. Small intestine, large hook up there. We go straight up, then we go across, then we go down, and we continue to glide across the bladder and start again. Where do we linger when we're massaging this square of digestive tract?
The fulcrums?
In the corners, called flexures. Close. Fulcrum, good F. The rest of it is flexures, and we just go in those corners. And then light reflex stroking to finish, or you can do all of the ones we did on the way in, on the way out. Then you take both the knees and you press in, and I usually leave only one finger underneath the knees to help it bend and stretch out, and then alternate 1, 2, 1, 2, and then tuck them all up and then rotate. I usually do 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other. The other digestive angle I do is one hand on the tummy and turn them. So I'll show you what it looks like on the back there, because the digestive system innervation, nerve supply, comes from about that level right here. So you do a rub on the back, rub on the tummy, rub on the back, rub on the tummy. So you're going back and forth with that. You can also have the baby face down and do the massage lower back and mid back. But basically for all those areas that give the digestive system a really good stimulus. So right up here, we've got where people tend to burp babies, up in the thorax, in the rib cage there. And we're just going to do a really quick respiratory while we're finishing up digestive. So if someone has congestion, a little baby's congested, you can do this, but you have more control if you go underneath their arms and go like that. Nice work on the bear there, Christy. And then you can again do a ringing all the way up and down the back, and the percussive movement of cupping is where you'll get all the what we call productive expectoration. Just means the gunk in the lungs will come up and out. Okay, if we have upper lobe, we're going to put the baby up like this and pat. What do we do for mid lobe?
Like on your knee?
Yep, so you can go across on this level. A lot of people carry babies like this, like dads have a carrying like this, and you can work that area. And what do we do if it's lower lobe? Yep, so you want to tilt them upside down. So another way that people will do them is they'll have their arms, they'll just use their arms in different ways, but they'll get this kind of grip and lower the baby like that. And I like to do it so that I'm sitting. I'm not as well versed with the arm things for lower, except when they're all wrapped up, you know, and I know that I can't lose them. They can't slide away on me. Good work. So when they are also in a snuggly, you can unzip it and you can massage up and down the whole nervous system affected by working those erector spinae muscles from the lower back all the way up to the base of the skull. And then you can do a scooping up here. So it's kind of a C shape, and you lift it, yeah, right up into the neck. The face is more tricky. So you go up the nose and out the eyebrows, up the nose, little further up the forehead, up the nose, and right up there, and then right around the ears. So what kind of cranky condition is this good for when you go around?
Teething.
Yep, any teething discomfort. And let me get you a chair. Chair coming up. And when Slaney's got a teddy bear and a chair, like a lot of mums are really uncomfortable standing when they're in their first week or two. And we've got a way to get out here and do the arms. So what's a review on the arms? Where do we start?
Shoulders.
And why do we start?
To open up circulation.
Yep, to the whole extremity. And then the nice thing about little babies is you can do ringing like this that we don't often do with adults, where you have it up like this and you go, that's it, more underneath. Yeah, nope, that goes, let me take your hand. That goes there, this goes there. Nope, let me take your hand. And then you go back and forth, yeah. But you keep them closer together so the thumbs are close. There, that's it, you got it. And then we do the same thing with the hips. Work the hip, work down into the leg, alternate thumb need, bless you, all the way down. And then you can put the leg up like this and you can ring. So this ringing, you can get right around. So really go all the way around, yeah. Then hold it and heel of your hand on the heel of the bear. And that is just great. And then why would we do any light reflex stroking?
Stimulate the nervous system.
Mm-hmm. And when babies are delivered with help, they sometimes have little bruises on their head where they have a high forceps delivery. So being able to do this sort of thing reconditions their reflexes. So usually where there's discomfort, you'll get what's called a protective reflex. This kind of thing helps recondition that so that you don't have a little kid flinching later on in life, and you use the back of your hand. So use the tips and use the back of your hand. Kids love it if you talk about running over the bridge, going up the mountain, coming back down, getting them used to being handled all over is good, and you can just make up stories as you go along. And you'll see from other videos on my YouTube channel that we've got kids that are really used to being massaged. So when we've got Anara being massaged from when she was instantly arriving right till now, 2 nearly, and how easy it is for her just to lie down and get her back rubbed and all of her extremities. That's the kind of thing that you want to do by getting people started early with teddy bears. They're really confident. Then when the baby arrives, even if you're not there, they know the general how to get started, what to do. And what kind of oil would you suggest for newborns? Coconut oil is always my favorite too. But sometimes they'll have fancier baby oils now, which are just great. But remember, if the little one gets fussy, that isn't always that you're doing something wrong. Often it means that the effect is working. That's called a getting relaxed baby. They're tired, they're fussy, often they're noisy. Thanks.
Is there a chapter on this in your book?
Teddy bears show up, I think, in the book. All the book. So, thanks, Pete. I'll get this sooner or later. In the back of the book, the whole last part of the book is devoted to rubbing your baby the right way. So we've got all sorts of strokes here. This is from one of the summer courses from way back. Probably got Slaney's picture in here. But baby massage basics cover all of the strokes that we were doing here with our teddy bears and our digestive, our leg pumping, and all of those circles that we do, and the rib raking and the cupping, and then these postural drainage ones showing the upper lobe draining, mid lobe on the side, and when the baby's head is down, like that. So it really is good to be able to do the teething kinds of movements so that the sinuses open up. And also, it's showing how to use baby dolls so that it's not just teddy bears, but these are little dolls that you can use to make sure that you've got the right strokes happening. With infantile torticollis, it's where we've got the neck and it's in a twist, that this becomes twisted inside because the baby's head is right underneath the rib cage. So when the baby comes out, it'll have one ear to shoulder and the face will be rotated because this sternocleidomastoid muscle right in the front is shortened. So you can't just go like that to get the stretch. You actually have to rotate the face at the same time to get that to stretch out. So that's where you do the bilateral fingertip kneading all the way down the sternocleidomastoid. And then that's where you get the kid to practice. So he just doesn't lift on that side, but he does bilateral lifting. So all of that infantile torticollis is also in the very end there. And it shows the strokes that you use, but it also shows these forced passive movements. So if I have you as the mom, hold the shoulders down, Christy, and I've got this little bear so that it's not just there, but turned, then the shoulders will stay in place. We've done the massage. We're gonna move like this and turn without that shoulder coming up. So they're both stabilized. So that is how you involve the parent when you're doing that. And we'll go over that again, so it seems like it's not just a brief summary you can practice. So all of that is in Birthing in Good Hands.